All right, let's work. Let's work. Let's work. Hope you had a beautiful day today. But let's work even at 9 p.m. tonight. Let's get to work. We had a really busy week. Um and Mondays are always like peculiar because it's like a restart and where are we going this week? It's always a new agenda. It's always a new goal. That's what it feels like a reset, especially after we're closing out an event. We closed out our 3 day challenge last week. Our 3 day challenges are not just 3 day challenges. Our 3 day challenges are more like a week's worth of information. But let me break that down. We start on a Monday with what we call our kickoff night, and then we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days of information. And then from there, we have or had a bonus call on that Friday. Then we took it a step further with an extra bonus call even on Saturday. So some people, most members attended all classes. I say to those people, I say, great. Way to come for the information, because first and foremost, you have to show up to go up. That's first and foremost. Some people, they like to poke it with a stick method. That doesn't work. Let's call a spade a spade. Poking it with a stick doesn't work. Either you're in or either you're out, is what I say. And anytime we have free events to where information will be on display, you should probably show up if you're serious about making a change. If you're not serious about making a change, that's an indication of what you probably would have done or not done. We do plenty of free events. It's free to show up. It's free to come and get free information. It costs you nothing but a little bit of time, energy, and effort. And everything has a cost associated with it. It may not be financial, but it may cost you your time, right? It may cost you some energy. It may cost you to have to put something down and spend some time to hear about some information if it makes sense to you, or if, in particular, if land investing is something that you ever thought about getting into. These days, being totally transparent, we're highly qualified to teach you about land investing. Not what I think, just see what we don't do is we don't self-crown ourselves. And I certainly don't have to brag, but my resume does speak for itself. I have 10 years worth of experience behind me, over 600 land deals done. More importantly, forget all about me. More importantly, I have helped other people that had no experience. I've helped them get through the finish line. That's what I'm most proud of, not what I've done. I know that I know. I'm convinced that I know what I'm doing. That I'm convinced about. But it pleases me to hear other people that had no experience who sat on the other side of this message when they crossed the finish line with a win. Now, there's nothing you can do or dispute about that. Because I can feel how I feel. And most people usually feel great about themselves. Well, most, I would think. But there's nothing that can go against other people's results. That's why I love testimonials, right? I love when somebody else gets it. I love when somebody else wins. And I always say, if they're not winning, then we're not winning. Know them, know us. We don't have a program. We don't have a course if we're not having people yield to be successful from what we're putting out there. That's just how it goes. So after that challenge, we had a handful, more than a handful of people opt into off the challenge. We're offering a 6-week intensive training for the people that came into the community. What does that look like? Well, that looks like once you're in, coming off of the challenge, you spent 5 days with us. Then we're going to give you 6 weeks of exclusive training for that graduating class that came in. Right? So we're going to talk about what first? We're going to talk about foundational investing, because if there's no foundation, then we can't build up. Just the truth of the matter. So those 6 weeks, we're going to focus on setting their business up so they can begin their land investing journey. By the time those 6 weeks is up, they should be able to go off on their own and do some things. So to be 6 weeks with us where we'll break down everything. First thing that we teach people when it comes to land investing is you have to be credible. What does that mean? We give a whole illustration, we give examples, we tell you what to do to be credible. What do you mean, Ray, about be credible? It means that when you're buying and selling land and you're brand new, no one knows who you are. You have nothing that depicts that you're a land seller. We're in the age of there's a lot of people with a lot of offers selling a lot of things. So when you're selling something, you have to be credible. What makes someone think that you're a real person? What makes someone think what you're selling is not a scam? When you're new, especially when we're selling it from a virtual standpoint online, you don't have a real estate license. So what stamps you to make someone say, I'm going to go and spend $5,000 with this person? So credibility is number one. That's where we start. That's the foundation. Because you can have a property. I can give you a property to sell right now. And if you don't have anything that depicts that you're in the business, you may take a long time to get it sold. As opposed to me, someone can come to my profile page, any of my social media pages, especially my personal website, and you can see hundreds of deals. That indicates that, oh, this person or this company, they've been around, they're in the business. Now, would you rather deal with someone that just got on the marketplace in one day or someone that have years behind them? 10 times out of 10, the people are going to say, I'm going to go with that company that has the experience. So you have to be credible first and foremost in order to be a successful land seller. This is why we say everything takes time. It takes time to set your business up. It takes time to be credible. And those that understand business, you understand what I'm speaking of. You understand the language that I'm referring to. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not get rich overnight. This is investing. Investing takes time. Some people's time will be longer, some will be shorter. That depends on your learning curve. That depends on how much input you get in. That depends on how much you want to go after. How much time are you spending daily? So people ask that all the time. Well, how long before I land a deal? I don't know. I don't know how long before you land a deal. I don't know your habits. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know your schedule. I don't know what you're willing to do. I know what I'm willing to do. I don't know if you win it to go until. What's until? Until you win. And that could be 1 month, that could be 8 months. Your until will be different from everybody else's. However, if you have a no quit attitude like myself, this is why we're having this conversation, because 10 years ago, 9.5 years ago, I sat on the other side too and had no clue of what I was doing. I just had a no quit attitude. And I stayed down until it was time to come up or until I came up. So this 6-week training call, this 6-week training class, should I say, will be setting up everything. That I need 2 more people. I need 2 people to round off this class. I have 2 slots open for this 6-week training class. I got 2 left. I want to fill those 2 spots up. We're going to 6-week breakdown. First and foremost, if anyone decides to take those 2 slots, you'll be getting the full course. The full course, which teaches you how to find land at discounted prices. The full course that shows you how to go out and be a tax deed investor. So let's start there. Full course, tax deed investing. Right now, tax deed investing is on fire. You just need to know about it. I just came home and I just texted a realtor about a tax deed. Right? As soon as I got back, I had phone calls and messages. I just got back in the house, and it's about a tax deed. It's a buy for $1,500, a potential list price of $14,000. I said potential list price. I didn't say a sold price because it hasn't sold yet. It's a property that I'm looking to sell, and I'm having a realtor put it on the market for me. List price will be $14,000. It's a long way from $1,500. So potential, you have to give yourself potential to win. Alabama auction right now on fire. You know how to play? If you know how to play, go play. If I'm speaking foreign to you, then this is not for you. I'm only telling you what I know. You're looking for alternative means of income through investing in land? We got you covered. You have to get off the fence, get over the fence. Stop pump faking. Auction dates are going to go while you're still moving slow. Dates are going to go from a tax deed perspective. I don't control the dates. Only the auction does. Question is, are you aware and are you willing to be a participant? That's it. We're not looking to twist anyone's arm. I'm just telling you that it's lucrative or could be lucrative to the right person. Why do I say the right person? Because this is not for everybody. Everybody can't go. Everybody won't go. You got people that's in the game, then you have spectators. You have people that just watch, then you have doers. Which one are you? Me, I'm a doer, 10,000%. Me, I'm a risk taker. Whatever you want to call this stuff, time is flying by, is all I'm saying. We're headed into the 6th month. Half of the year is almost here. Some people follow us for 2 to 3 years and still haven't made a decision, and that's okay. Because all support is needed. I'm just saying that when you're ready to really get in the trenches and get to it, you have to come inside where we hyper focus on doing it, where we're actually doing it. Social media, we're talking it. Behind, inside of the program, we're doing it. So some people just like to listen. It's cool too. I need all of that support too, because I want you to go out and tell somebody, right? That's cool. We need it all. We need it all. But when it comes to doing it, I'm looking to extract the ones that's ready to do it. Right? I got 2 slots open to round off this 6-week training class. Then the other thing that we teach is direct to owner. Direct to owner is when we exactly do that. We go directly to landowners throughout the country. We go around the auction. This is very powerful because auction says when, how, and how much to bid, right? Whatever the rules of engagements are, you have to abide by them. When we go this way, direct to owner, this information, 98% of the people don't know what they're doing. We've taught realtors with license how to do this. So when you leave our community, you are past a lot of the skill set of licensed realtors. This is just my experience. I've been hired by realtors to do this for them. We go direct to owners. We look for acreage sizes of our choice. Hypothetically, if I wanted 5 acres in a said county, I can go after just 5 acres. If I wanted to go after 5 acres, I'm going to be looking to flip it because that's what I do. I flip land for a living. I'm considered a land flipper. You have to get in front of it. You have to position the deal on the front end. When I say direct to owner, I'm not talking about for sale by owner. I'm not talking about properties that's on the market. I'm not talking about properties that's on Zillow. I'm talking about how do you go out and you find off-market deals. Exclusive, off-market deals only. That's what we're showing you. Hypothetically, if there's 3,000 landowners in a said county, ponder this question. If 3,000 people own 5 acres, do you not think in that 3,000 equation, no one wants to sell? Not one. If we want to go after 10 acres, this is how we became the acre boys in buying large acreage. 2 acres, 10 acres, 20 acres, 40 acres, homestead, family compound, whatever you want to do, you can position yourself to do it. That's how powerful that program is. I tell people to do a hybrid of both. Do tax deed investing and do direct to owner investing. It all works. If you're a beginner and you may want to move a little slower and watch the process, then grow into it, start with tax deed investing. right? Auctions are going down. We're heading into one of our favorite auctions coming up in another 2 months. Michigan. Will you be participating? See, some people just be on here to see what I'm gonna spit out and think that, yeah, I'll go do it around them. That's fine and fair as well. Like I can't gatekeep something that's public information. It's public auction. I can't gatekeep what's public. But some of you just want people to spell it out for you for free. Yo, tell me the state. Tell me what kind of land they got there. Tell me what I should be. Just tell you everything. Those be the same people that really ain't ready to do nothing. Because when you're really ready to do it, even if I tell you the state, even if I give you the list, the question turns into that point: are you shooting in the dark, or do you know what you're doing? I mentioned earlier that there's a place that I just bought for $1,500. I'm selling it for $14,000. If I give you that list, I promise you, you wouldn't know what to do with it. I promise you. There's several steps in that particular county. Each county is different. Each auction is different. You have to know the rules of each auction. Each state is different. Some require perk tests. Some don't require perk tests. What's a perk test? How do you check if it has a perk test on it coming from an auction? Great question. You definitely better check if it needs a perk test, because once you buy it from the auction, here's what I know about the auction. They're not going to tell you whether it's a good piece or it's a bad piece. I do know an auction that will tell you, however, though. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why you need to get up under someone that has been in the game and knows the ropes, because they can save you a lot of time. I can tell you which auction that will let you know what's going on. Most of them don't. And how do you know if there's a perk test that previously existed on the property or hasn't existed on the property? How do you read it? All right. So that'll be on the table. I got 2 slots open for that 6-week training. The cost of that training is $3,000. 2 slots open. The cost of it is $3,000. And it is late minute or last minute because we start tomorrow. That class happens tomorrow night. I got 2 slots. 2 slots open for a class that starts tomorrow, and it runs for the next 6 weeks. Once a week, you'll sit with us for an hour, little over an hour, and we're going to break down everything, where you get started, what you do next, right? After credibility, what's next? The resources that you need to run your business. How do you evaluate land from a virtual standpoint? What tools are needed for that? Did you know most people that even are aware, you should know that Facebook has a marketplace, but most people don't know how to use the marketplace effectively. There's certain things and certain metrics that your marketplace profile should depict. I'll give you an example of what I mean. So when I say credibility, if you wanted to be in this industry, why am I speaking of Facebook Marketplace? One, it's a free resource. Two, a lot of deals get sold on Facebook Marketplace. Just actual fact. We've sold a ton on Facebook Marketplace. Always exhaust all free places first. So when you're on the marketplace, there's a timestamp, meaning that If you open a marketplace page tomorrow, it's going to say page open on May 19th, 2026. Let's say tomorrow you put a property up for sale. This is what I mean about credibility. The people that's looking at the property, they can see your profile page. They can see the date. They can see who you are. They can see what you ever sold on there. See, most people make the mistake. They'll list their land along with everything else that they have sold, if they even have a marketplace page. Then it starts to look really sketchy somewhat. Because if you've sold baby shoes, and then you sold hoodies or church t-shirts, and then you sold land, it just kind of looks like you're all over the place. So when I say to do this on the highest level, if you went down my marketplace profile, you'll see one thing and one thing only: sold land, sold land, sold land, sold land, sold land, land for sale, sold land for sale. And that'll date back about 7 years. So who would you be more comfortable with doing business with? This is why we say you have to get started, because you don't realize that if you're serious about being in this space, the clock is ticking. So if you want to bid at an auction, where are you going to sell it at? Huh? Not to mention, when we do the direct to owner deals, not to mention that you have to pay for the education and to run your business. But once you have or understand and you start investing and you find a deal, you don't need the money. We put the money up for you for your deals. For example, I have an investor who's been now down for almost 2 years. He just brought a deal to the table, a buy for 12,000, list price, sell for 40,000. He may take our 12,000. He may decide to use his own money, but the deal funding is always available. I prefer that he asks to use our money. Why? Because now we're both eating, we're both winning. This is why we're on here speaking about this so much, because if this makes sense to people, what I'm looking to do is extract like-minded people so we can become business partners. I want you to have to use my money. And I don't know really what gets sweeter than that. I'm telling you that there's unlimited money for you if you know how to find a deal. That's what I'm basically telling you. Learn how to find deals and don't worry about the money. In fact, I encourage you to use your money to keep finding deals. Don't worry about buying the deals. You bring me 3 deals that we take a look at and we vet the deals and say indeed they are deals, I'll give you the money for all 3 deals. And I didn't put a cap on the price. I didn't say it has to be under this number, or I just said 3 sound deals. So I got 2 slots open. If you're serious about it, email acreboys with 2 Z's at gmail.com. I got 2 slots open. Email acreboys at gmail.com. I've been totally transparent with you. Totally transparent. I've told you up front what the cost of it is. I don't want to pull punches. I don't want you to think something that is not. Up front for the world, it's $3,000. And by the time you finish, you'll be able to stand up on your own and go do some things. All right. So I'm going to come up off of that. Email acreboys at gmail.com if you're interested in filling in those 2 slots. Next, let's move forward. We have an in-person event. Where is that at? We have an in-person event, New York City, June 13th. That in-person event will be hyper focused on tax deed investing. That in-person event, once you leave there, will give you two particular counties, good counties, that you can leave home, take with you, and be doing some things on your own. In-person event, New York City, June 13th. You'll spend a whole day with us in person. And we're going to break down that whole two counties we'll train on. We'll do live in-person trainings. By the time you leave that in-person training, as I said, you'll be skilled in tax deed investing, especially in these two particular counties. That's going down June 13th. In-person events always hit a little harder. We're right in front of you. You can ask questions. We give live illustrations. You need to come with your laptop because it will be a live training. This will not be a presentation. This will be a live training. So if you do plan on coming, comment the word NYC, right? Comment NYC, and that'll to get your spot secured. You need to have a laptop. Let me write that in my comments. Comment NYC for in-person event. So in-person events, as I stated, always good, always really good, really, really good in person. Last in-person event that we had in New York City, it was really good. We had people flying from Vegas. We had somebody flying from where did they come from? We had Florida flying. We had Vegas. We had Jersey there. We had someone come from one of the islands, one of the Caribbean islands. They're just good. It's always good to meet people in person and teach. So that's on the table. It's a lot. Acre Boys with two Z's, ACREBOYZZ at gmail.com. And for those that still may be on the fence, let me write this for him. Acreboys at gmail.com. For those that still may be on the fence, we have a free community for 30 days, free for 30 days. It's not the where we hyper focus on land investing. It's our community to where we congregate and we talk about land. You can come into that as well. You can go to the link in the bio and see everything. We go live in there too. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of opportunities to just get knowledge because I went live in that room today for a whole hour. And I didn't just go live in that room. I was on the phone with Real Deals, talking to realtors, breaking down a land evaluation, all in the free community. But if you're not involved, you're not involved. I don't do those on social media, but everything ain't for social media. But we try to, have a price point for everyone. And I don't know what price point is better than free. I can't give it to you better than that. That link is in our bio. Come see and congregate with other like-minded people. Come shake the room up. Come say who you are, what you're looking for, what you're looking to do. It'll be other people in there that probably looking to do some of the same things. We've created a lot of things for you to get involved, for those that's looking to get involved. If you're looking to run or you're looking to move faster, then we have the Real Deal program, which hyper focuses on land investing. If you're not exactly ready yet, that's what we came up with, the free community. It's not the same thing. Don't make the mistake. Some people think I'll do the free one and then I'll think that I'm doing land investing. with, like I said, we're totally transparent with all of this stuff. It's not that. So you're not going to come in for free and then think that you're about to leave out with this, grandioso education and you're ready to run 100 miles per hour. That's not that. But however, we do give a lot in that community. As I stated, in this week alone, I went live exclusively in that community only. And that means that the people that showed up on that call, we're very personal. We're on Zoom. You can unmute. You have your cameras on. We look at each other in the face. You can ask me anything. Not one time since we've been teaching land have I ever said, I can't answer that unless you pay me. Never. But if you're not on the calls, then you're not on the calls. I don't tell people if I invite you to a call, I don't say book a consultation call. Ask away. Ask whatever you want. But if you're looking for free, allow me to be in the mood to give it to you for free. Don't demand. That's the problem what I like about the free people. They demand what we should do. Don't be a pushy person that don't want to pay. Because I do have things and I like helping, but I like helping on my time, not on your time or when you feel like I should be helping. Brother, why y'all charging? Well, for one, because I feel like it and I want to charge. So when we give free, show up for free. I don't know how we give a lot of game, and just the more you give, the more people look to take. Which says to me, you never was going to do nothing anyway. Because if you really want it, you just boss up and pay for it and get it. I put a post out today. Young lady said her father was able to reclaim their land that they lost in the 70s based upon the education that we taught her. She was able to help her family go back and get her land. That young lady, speaking of free, she's in my program, my top tier program, for free. We gave it to her for free because I have a soft spot for young people. And when I met her, she was only 20 years old in college, and she showed up to a free call. And then I found out she was only 20 and in college. Then I said, I have to give it to you for free. She took advantage of it, though. She didn't come in and get free information and do nothing with it. She showed up to every phone, every training, every week. She's been with us now for 2 years. But if you're grown, I'm not looking to carry grown people. I'm just being honest with you. If you're grown, you're 30, 40, 50, I'm not looking to carry you. If you're a young person and you're hungry and I can sense that, that may be different. I like young people. I used to be a coach, a high school coach. I got a soft spot for young people, especially young people that look like me. Because I wish when I was that age that somebody was telling me about this industry. Where would I be? Shit, I wish at that age somebody told me anything. For that matter. And I say that to say, you're grown ass. We're late in the game. We need to be moving with a sense of urgency. And this is why I'll be talking how I'll be talking, because we be too grown to be procrastinating. Stop me when I'm lying. Grown ass people still procrastinating, but still complaining about their circumstances. Well, what have you done about it? What have you attempted to do about it? When you peel back the covers, the answer starts with a capital N. Nothing. I'll be listening. Well, when you going to start doing? Like, see, my circle, we talk like this every day. Every single day, these are the conversations that we have. You know, before I came on this live, I had a talk with myself. It was late. I wanted to pack it up. Man, I'm gonna go, chill out, yada yada. I said to myself, no, go do the live. Go push your program. Let's go push it even on a Monday night. Don't let this day go by if you still have the energy to do it. See, that's the kind of drive that I got, though. Most people, they let themselves off the hook. I worked all day. I'm tired. Well, stay tired. Go to bed. Head into Tuesday and do the same thing you did Monday. And let Wednesday come and do the same thing that you did Tuesday and Monday. Then get all the way to Friday. Then hit me with your infamous line. TGIF. Then you have the same week as you had the week before and the week before and the week before that. That turns into the same month. Same month turns into the same year. Same year turns into the same 5 years. Stop me when I'm lying. It's not that any of this is hard. Land investing is not hard. It's cracking you and changing you. That's the hard part. None of this is really hard. This is just information. You can learn information, even if it's new information. If you read a book right now, it's new information. You would understand it. You would intake it. If you was like reading it with no distractions, then you would have it. The same way you go and watch a show on TV that you're interested in, and you go and speak about it. I watched the show, X, Y, and Z happened. But when it comes to educating yourself, that's when it's complicated. Because you can't put everything else down around you. You're too distracted. So you can't focus. You have a lack of focus. So you're rushing probably to go do some that's not conducive to growth. You'll spend an hour watching. You'll binge on a Netflix show. You'll binge on it. It got 8 series in it. You'll watch them all if you could. But if you say train for 1 hour to pick up a new skill set, i.e. land investing, I don't know if I got time for that. I don't know. And I always say, if I could do it, then you can do it. Like when people compliment and give flowers, I'm here to receive them. Thank you. I'm here to receive them. But however, there's nothing superficial that we have done or that we're doing. We stumbled into some information that we picked up and never put down, that we put to use, that we implemented. You can do the same exact thing. It's not like genius. The genius part is that we didn't stop. That's the genius part, not the information. The genius part is that we got really good at it and kept going consistently. Because you'll start to When you start to really peel back the layers, you'll find that all things are the same. You'll find that in any industry that someone is having success, it took the same exact things. Discipline and consistency is going to be at the top. You can learn anything when you show up every day, though. When you have the drive and the fortitude to keep going, even when it may seem like it's not working, or when it slow up, or even if it didn't work. You know how many times the average time that people try things before they deem that something doesn't work? What's the average time that people try something new and deem that it don't work? Y'all can answer that. You are correct, brother. One time. You tried it one time and it didn't work? I tried it one time. It didn't work. I'm out. Great. You tell me or show me one thing or one person that started at the top. You didn't start at the top of wherever you work at right now. Promise you that. You didn't try that one time. All inventors, all athletes, all actors, all rappers, whatever you praise or give your attention to, they did not do something one time. I spoke last week about the Michael Jackson movie and his nephew. The boy never acted before, a day in his life. You think he just came out one time and went out for the role and came out with a record-breaking movie by doing it one time? So how can a kid that never acted, didn't want to act, how can he come out and make a Grammy-winning performance? How can that happen? I can tell you how. He put in a massive amount of work, hired an acting coach, acted in a choreographer coach, and he went to work for 2.5 years before he even shot the film. But you want to have Grammy-winning results and won't even go for 1 week. See, everybody see the end picture. You see it on the big screen. But you didn't see the 2.5 years the way he was dancing till his feet was hurting. Yeah, you see the Acre Boys now, but you didn't see the first 7 years. Or the first year when we didn't know what we was doing and fumbling over our feet and making all kind of mistakes. As my partner was saying, you want the fire before you put the wood in. Keeping it, just telling you what it is. And this is the same around all industries. If I don't know who's on the other end. If you're trying to be a musician, if you're trying to be an athlete, you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you show me one that started off at the top and that's winning and that did not put a massive amount of work in. Michael Jordan, cut. First time he came out for the team, got cut. The greatest athlete of ever, basketball player. Kobe Bryant, when he got in the league, sat on the bench for 3 years. And if you like, I don't know if you're into sports, but if you're into sports and if you know anything about Kobe Bryant's story, the boy had a work ethic like nobody. Massive amount of work put into his craft. That's what put him in the position to be named one of the best basketball players. The team practice start at 8, he there at 6. The team practice in at 12, he's still there at 1. Success leave clues is what I'm saying. And what it does is it changes your character into who you need to be to win. And you'll find that once your whole character and being changes, you can step in almost any arena and win. Michael Jordan has said, it was one of these athletes, he said, the only reason that I consistently won is because I didn't believe I could lose. I don't lose. If you start to think like that, you may fail. I've never seen nobody say that you won't fail. It's all right to fail because then we can correct that. We can make the correction. But giving up, not trying and quitting, those are the things that you have to rid out of your life. Like I had a brother the other day tell me, man, I've been following you for 3 years. Well, what are you waiting for? To jump in. Do something. You don't have it in 3 years? I understand. Even if times are hard, brother, you should put a plan together. See, I'm team no excuses. Me, myself. Miss me with the excuses. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's been time. It's been hard. And it's been hard for all of us. If you knew my background, it's been hard for all of us. Cry me a river. Save some money. Stop spending so much money on things that's not conducive to growth. All right, as you can see, we can talk about that. Oh, my daughter's on here. Hey, Dad, this is from Ari. All right, as you can see, we can talk about this pretty much all night, but back to the business. I do have those 2 slots. If you're interested in taking those 2 slots, we start tomorrow night with that 6-week class if you're interested in that. Otherwise in that, as I stated, we have a lot of different things for even if you just want to test out who the Acre Boys is. We have a free platform. It's free for the first 30 days, right? Don't get better than free. It's not where we hyper focus on land, though. However, I do go live in that community. This week alone, or the last 5 days, I went live twice, 2 times in that room. All right. Then we have other programs. We have the Family Compound program, $47. So there's things for you to test to see. Maybe you don't want to take the leap right away. Maybe you do. I'm just saying that we gave a lot of options for you to be involved. All right. So now I'm going to shut it down, make some tea and call it a night. And then we'll redo it all over again tomorrow. Big day tomorrow for that graduating class. We do start. I'm always excited for new classes. Get them going on the right foot, and then we'll move forward. All right, y'all. Peace, love, good night.